Information System, GIS. Discuss its elements and prospects in agriculture. A Geographic Information System, GIS, is a powerful tool used to collect, store, analyze, and visualize geospatial data. It combines both hardware and software components to capture, manage, manipulate, and display various types of geographic information. GIS integrates data from different sources, such as satellite imagery, maps, and databases, enabling users to gain insights and make informed decisions based on spatial relationships and patterns. The key elements of a GIS are as follows. 1. Data. GIS relies on data that is geographically referenced, meaning it has a specific location tied to it. This data can be obtained from various sources, including aerial imagery, satellite imagery, GPS devices, surveys, and existing maps. The data can be categorized as spatial data, e.g., coordinates, boundaries, and polygons, or attribute data, e.g., crop types, soil characteristics, and yield data. 2. Hardware. GIS requires hardware components like computers, servers, GPS receivers, and data storage devices. These tools are used to capture, process, and analyze geospatial data. 3. Software. GIS software provides the interface and functionality needed to manage and analyze geographic data. There are several commercial and open-source GIS software packages available, such as ArcGIS, GIS, and GrassGIS. These tools offer a range of capabilities, including data visualization, spatial analysis, and modeling. 4. Methods and techniques. GIS employs various methods and techniques to analyze spatial data. This includes overlay analysis to combine different layers of data, proximity analysis to identify relationships between objects based on distance, and spatial modeling to simulate and predict outcomes based on different scenarios. Now, let's discuss the prospects of GIS in agriculture. 1. Precision agriculture. GIS plays a crucial role in precision agriculture by providing farmers with precise information about their fields. By integrating data on soil types, topography, weather conditions, and crop growth, farmers can optimize resource management. They can identify areas with specific needs, such as nutrient deficiencies or water stress, and apply fertilizers or irrigation accordingly. This targeted approach reduces costs, improves crop yields, and minimizes environmental impact. 2. Crop monitoring and management. GIS enables farmers to monitor crop health and growth over time. By using satellite imagery and remote sensing techniques, they can detect changes in vegetation patterns, identify disease outbreaks, or assess the impact of pests. GIS also helps in crop rotation planning, optimizing planting patterns, and managing harvest schedules. 3. Land use planning. GIS assists in land use planning by analyzing factors like soil suitability, slope, and water availability. Farmers can make informed decisions about land use, such as identifying suitable areas for specific crops or determining optimal locations for infrastructure like irrigation systems or storage facilities. 4. Natural resource management. GIS aids in managing natural resources effectively. By mapping water sources, soil erosion patterns, and biodiversity hotspots, farmers can take measures to protect and conserve these resources. GIS can also help in identifying areas prone to flooding or drought and support water resource management strategies. 5. Decision support systems. GIS can be integrated into decision support systems that assist farmers in making informed choices. By incorporating various data layers and applying spatial analysis techniques, these systems can generate recommendations for optimal crop selection, input application rates, and land management practices. Overall, GIS holds great promise for agriculture, providing valuable insights and tools for sustainable and efficient farming practices. It helps farmers make evidence-based decisions, optimize resource allocation, and improve productivity while minimizing environmental impacts. What is precision farming? Write its different aspects for resource conservation. Precision farming, also known as precision agriculture, is an approach that utilizes advanced technologies and data analysis techniques to manage agricultural resources more efficiently. It involves the application of site-specific management practices based on the variability observed within a field. Precision farming aims to optimize the use of resources, reduce input wastage, and maximize productivity while minimizing environmental impact. Here are different aspects of precision farming related to resource conservation. 1. Variable rate technology. VRT precision farming employs VRT to apply inputs such as fertilizers, pesticides, and irrigation water at varying rates across a field. By using data from soil analysis, remote sensing, and crop monitoring, VRT systems create prescription maps that indicate the precise amount of inputs required for different areas within the field. This targeted approach minimizes over-application and reduces resource wastage. 2. Soil mapping and analysis. Precision farming utilizes technologies like Geographic Information Systems, GIS, and Global Positioning Systems, GPS, to create detailed soil maps. These maps help identify variations in soil properties such as texture, organic matter content, and nutrient levels. By understanding the spatial variability of soil, farmers can tailor their management practices, including irrigation and nutrient application, to specific areas with different soil characteristics. This approach ensures that resources are applied only where needed, optimizing their use and minimizing leaching or runoff. 3. Remote sensing and imaging. Remote sensing technologies, such as aerial imagery and satellite data, are used in precision farming to monitor crop health, detect stress, and identify areas of concern. By analyzing vegetation indices, such as the Normalized Difference Vegetation Index, NDVI, farmers can identify variations in crop growth and health. This information helps in targeting interventions, such as applying fertilizers or pesticides only in areas showing signs of nutrient deficiencies or pest infestations. By selectively treating affected areas, resource use is minimized, reducing chemical inputs and potential environmental impacts. For yield monitoring and mapping, precision farming employs yield monitoring and mapping technologies to measure and analyze crop yields across a field. Yield maps provide valuable insights into yield variability, which can be correlated with soil characteristics, topography, or other factors. By understanding the spatial yield patterns, farmers can identify areas that consistently underperform or overperform. This information helps in making informed decisions regarding land management practices, such as implementing drainage systems or adjusting planting densities. By addressing yield variability, resources can be allocated more effectively, reducing wastage and improving overall productivity. 5. Data-driven decision-making. Precision farming relies on data analysis and decision support systems to guide farmers in making informed choices. By integrating data from various sources, including soil analysis, weather forecasts, crop monitoring, and historical records, farmers can optimize resource management practices. Data-driven decision-making allows for better timing and targeting of inputs, reducing waste and enhancing resource use efficiency. By implementing precision farming practices that focus on resource conservation, farmers can achieve several benefits. These include minimizing nutrient runoff, reducing water usage, decreasing chemical inputs, preventing soil erosion, and improving overall sustainability. Precision farming plays a vital role in ensuring that agricultural resources are utilized judiciously, while simultaneously maximizing crop productivity and protecting the environment. Describe various methods for propagation of forest plants. Propagation of forest plants involves the reproduction and multiplication of plant species found in forests. There are several methods used for the propagation of forest plants, each suited to different plant species and desired outcomes. Here are some common methods. 1. Seed propagation. Seed propagation is one of the most widely used methods for forest plant propagation. It involves collecting seeds from desired tree species, treating them if necessary, e.g., scarification to break seed coat dormancy, and then sowing them in appropriate growing media. This method can be done through direct seeding in the field or by starting seedlings in containers before transplanting. Seed propagation allows for genetic diversity and is suitable for a wide range of tree species. 2. Vegetative propagation. A. Cutting. In this method, cuttings from selected plant parts, such as stems or roots, are taken and induced to root and form new plants. Stem cuttings are most commonly used and can be taken from different parts of the plant, including the tip, midsection, or base. Certain tree species can be propagated through hardwood cuttings, while others may require softwood or semi-hardwood cuttings. B. Layering. Layering is a method where a portion of a branch or stem is bent or wounded and then buried in the soil, or held in place with a weight. Over time, roots develop at the buried portion, and a new plant is formed. Layering is particularly suitable for plants with low rooting capacity. C. Grafting. Grafting involves joining a scion, desired plant variety, with a rootstock, compatible root system. It is commonly used for propagating selected tree varieties or improving specific traits, such as disease resistance or faster growth. Grafting can be done through various techniques like whip grafting, cleft grafting, or side grafting. 3. Tissue culture. Tissue culture, also known as micropropagation, is a laboratory-based method that involves the cultivation of plant tissues or cells under controlled conditions. It is commonly used for the mass production of specific forest plant species with desirable traits. Tissue culture allows for the rapid multiplication of plants and is particularly useful for species that are difficult to propagate through conventional methods. 4. Suckering. Suckering is a natural method of vegetative propagation where new shoots, known as suckers, emerge from the base or root system of a parent plant. These suckers can be separated and transplanted to establish new plants. Many forest tree species, such as aspen and black locust, are known to propagate through suckering. 5. Division. Division involves the separation of clumps or rhizomes of certain plant species into smaller sections, each containing viable plant parts and roots. Division is commonly used for herbaceous forest plants, such as ferns and some ground covers, to create new plants with established root systems. It's important to note that the selection of propagation method depends on the specific forest plant species, desired outcomes, and available resources. Different methods may be more suitable for certain species or situations. Additionally, factors like timing, environmental conditions, and the expertise of propagators also play a role in successful plant propagation. Discuss selection criteria of successful bioagent and bioherbicides. State at least 2 examples of biocontrol of weeds. The selection criteria for successful bioagents, organisms used for biological control, and bioherbicides, biological substances used to control weeds, are based on various factors. These criteria help ensure the effectiveness, safety, and sustainability of using biological control methods. Here are some important selection criteria. 1. Host specificity. Bioagents or bioherbicides should have a high degree of host specificity, meaning they target and affect only the intended pest or weed species, minimizing harm to non-target organisms. This criterion ensures that the biocontrol method does not disrupt the balance of ecosystems or harm beneficial plant species. 2. Efficacy. The selected bioagent or bioherbicide should demonstrate a significant impact on the target pest or weed species. It should be capable of reducing the population or growth of the pest or weed to a level that is economically or ecologically acceptable. 3. Safety. Safety is a critical criterion to consider. Bioagents or bioherbicides should not pose significant risks to human health, non-target organisms, or the environment. Extensive testing and evaluation are conducted to assess the potential risks associated with the use of these biological control methods. For environmental compatibility, the biocontrol method should be environmentally compatible, meaning it should not have adverse effects on native ecosystems or disrupt the natural balance of the environment. It should not harm non-target plant or animal species, including beneficial organisms like pollinators or natural predators. 5. Persistence. Persistence refers to the ability of the bioagent or bioherbicide to survive and remain effective over time. The selected organism or substance should persist long enough to exert the desired control on the target pest or weed species but should not persist indefinitely to avoid unintended consequences or long-term ecological disruptions. 6. Availability and cost effectiveness. Availability and cost effectiveness are important practical considerations. The selected bioagent or bioherbicide should be readily available for application and should be economically feasible compared to alternative control methods. Now, let's look at 2 examples of biocontrol of weeds. 1. Classical biological control. The introduction of the weevil, Rhinochilus conicus, to control the invasive weed, musk thistle, Cardueus nucens, is an example of classical biological control. The weevil feeds exclusively on musk thistle, reducing its population by damaging the reproductive structures. Extensive research and testing were conducted to ensure the weevil's host specificity and safety. 2. Bioherbicide. Bioherbicides are biological substances that can control weed populations. One example is the use of the fungus Chondrosteum purpureum as a bioherbicide for controlling certain tree species, such as black locust, Robinia pseudoacacia. The fungus infects the tree, causing it to decay and eventually die. This bioherbicide is effective against black locust while being less harmful to other plant species. These examples highlight the successful application of biological control methods to manage weed populations in an environmentally friendly and sustainable manner. How to enhance nitrogen use efficiency in transplanted rice. Enhancing nitrogen use efficiency (NUE) in transplanted rice is crucial to optimize nitrogen fertilizer application, reduce environmental impacts, and improve crop productivity. Here are several strategies to enhance nitrogen use efficiency in transplanted rice. 1. Soil testing and targeted fertilizer application. Conduct soil testing to determine the existing nutrient levels and soil fertility status. Based on the soil test results, develop a targeted fertilizer application plan to provide the appropriate amount of nitrogen required by the crop. Avoid over-fertilization, as excess nitrogen can lead to environmental pollution and reduced NUE. 2. Split application of nitrogen fertilizer. Instead of applying the entire nitrogen fertilizer dose at once, split the application into multiple doses throughout the crop's growth stages. This approach helps match the nutrient supply with the crop's demand, reducing losses through leaching, denitrification, or volatilization. Generally, a split application with a basal dose during transplanting and subsequent top dressings at critical growth stages, e.g., tillering, panicle initiation, is recommended. 3. Use of slow-release nitrogen fertilizers. Slow-release or controlled-release nitrogen fertilizers provide a gradual release of nitrogen over an extended period. These fertilizers can help synchronize nutrient availability with the crop's uptake requirements, reducing losses and improving NUE. Consult local agricultural authorities or experts for suitable slow-release fertilizer options for transplanted rice. 4. Incorporate organic matter and crop residues. Improve soil organic matter content by incorporating organic materials such as compost, farmyard manure, or crop residues into the soil. Organic matter enhances nutrient retention and availability, reducing the reliance on synthetic nitrogen fertilizers. It also improves soil structure and water holding capacity. 5. Integrate legumes in crop rotation. Leguminous crops fix atmospheric nitrogen through symbiotic associations with nitrogen-fixing bacteria. Including leguminous crops in the crop rotation cycle before or after rice can enrich the soil with nitrogen, reducing the need for external nitrogen inputs. Legumes like soybeans, cowpeas, or green manure crops can be considered. 6. Improved water management. Implement efficient water management practices, such as maintaining proper irrigation schedules and minimizing water losses through flooding or excessive runoff. Proper water management ensures optimal availability and uptake of nitrogen by the rice plants, reducing losses through leaching and denitrification. 7. Nutrient stabilizers and inhibitors. Consider the use of nitrogen stabilizers or inhibitors, which are products applied along with nitrogen fertilizer to reduce nitrogen losses. These products can help inhibit the conversion of nitrogen into forms that are prone to loss, e.g., nitrates, and increase its availability to the plants. Examples include nitrification inhibitors and urease inhibitors. 8. Integrated nutrient management. Adopt an integrated nutrient management approach that combines various nutrient sources, such as organic fertilizers, mineral fertilizers, and biofertilizers. This approach helps optimize nutrient availability, enhances soil fertility, and improves NUE. 9. Crop and variety selection. Choose rice varieties that are more efficient in nitrogen uptake and utilization. Some rice varieties exhibit better nitrogen use efficiency traits, such as higher nitrogen uptake efficiency, nitrogen utilization efficiency, or nitrogen remobilization from vegetative tissues to reproductive organs. 10. Crop monitoring and adjustment. Regularly monitor crop growth, nutrient deficiencies, and nitrogen status using visual observations and diagnostic tools. Adjust nitrogen fertilizer application based on crop needs and nitrogen uptake patterns to avoid under or over fertilization. Implementing these strategies can help enhance nitrogen use efficiency in transplanted rice, leading to improved crop productivity, reduced nitrogen losses, and sustainable agricultural practices. It is important to consider local conditions, consult with agricultural experts, and adapt these strategies to the specific requirements of the rice growing region. Write the various factors responsible for soil pollution. How organic and natural farming can play a role in minimizing soil pollution. Soil pollution occurs due to the presence of contaminants or excessive concentrations of substances that are harmful to soil health and its ability to support plant growth. Several factors contribute to soil pollution. Here are some common factors responsible for soil pollution. 1. Industrial activities. Industrial processes often generate hazardous waste products, including heavy metals, solvents, chemicals, and pollutants. Improper disposal of industrial waste, such as dumping or leakage, can result in the contamination of soil and nearby ecosystems. 2. Agricultural practices. Certain agricultural practices can contribute to soil pollution. Excessive use of chemical fertilizers, pesticides, and herbicides can lead to the accumulation of harmful substances in the soil. Improper application and management of these inputs can result in soil degradation and contamination. 3. Improper waste disposal. Improper disposal of solid waste, including household waste, municipal waste, and hazardous waste, can lead to soil pollution. Dumping waste in open areas or landfills without proper containment or treatment can result in the release of harmful substances into the soil. 4. Mining activities. Mining operations can cause soil pollution through the release of heavy metals, toxic chemicals, and mining byproducts. These substances can contaminate the soil in mining areas, making it unsuitable for agriculture or natural vegetation. 5. Accidental spills and leaks. Accidental spills and leaks of hazardous substances, such as fuels, oils, chemicals, or contaminants from storage tanks or transportation systems, can result in soil pollution. These incidents can occur during industrial accidents, transportation accidents, or natural disasters. 6. Urbanization and construction. Urbanization and construction activities can contribute to soil pollution through the deposition of construction debris, improper management of construction waste, and contamination from urban runoff containing pollutants such as heavy metals, chemicals, and microplastics. Organic and natural farming practices can play a significant role in minimizing soil pollution and promoting soil health. Here is how. 1. Reduced chemical inputs. Organic and natural farming minimize or eliminate the use of synthetic chemical fertilizers, pesticides, and herbicides. Instead, these practices rely on natural fertilizers, compost, and biological pest control methods. By reducing chemical inputs, the risk of soil contamination and pollution is greatly reduced. 2. Soil organic matter. Organic farming emphasizes the use of organic matter, such as compost, manure, and cover crops, to enhance soil fertility and structure. Organic matter improves soil health, water retention, nutrient availability, and microbial activity, thereby reducing the risk of soil pollution and degradation. 3. Crop rotation and diversity. Organic and natural farming practices often incorporate crop rotation and diversification. These practices help break pest and disease cycles, enhance nutrient cycling, and improve soil structure. By diversifying crops, soil pollution risks associated with monoculture practices, such as nutrient imbalances and pest outbreaks, are minimized. 4. Conservation practices. Organic and natural farming promote the use of conservation practices such as contour plowing, terracing, and agroforestry. These practices help prevent soil erosion, reduce sediment runoff, and maintain soil structure and fertility, thus preventing soil pollution. 5. Water management. Organic and natural farming practices often emphasize water conservation and proper irrigation management. By minimizing water runoff and optimizing irrigation techniques, the risk of soil erosion and nutrient leaching, which can contribute to soil pollution, is reduced. 6. Soil testing and monitoring. Organic and natural farming typically involves regular soil testing and monitoring to assess nutrient levels, pH, and other soil parameters. By understanding the soil's characteristics, farmers can apply organic amendments and nutrient sources more effectively, minimizing the risk of over-application and potential soil pollution. By adopting organic and natural farming practices, farmers can reduce soil pollution risks, preserve soil health, and contribute to sustainable agriculture. These practices promote the long-term sustainability of agricultural systems by protecting soil resources and minimizing negative impacts on the environment. What is the significance of direct seeded rice, DSR, and system of rice intensification, SRI? Describe the package of practices for direct seeded rice. Direct seeded rice, DSR, and the system of rice intensification, SRI, are innovative rice cultivation techniques that offer several advantages over traditional transplanting methods. Both DSR and SRI have gained attention for their potential to improve productivity, water efficiency, and labor savings. Here is a brief overview of their significance and the package of practices for direct seeded rice. 1. Direct seeded rice, DSR. Times significance. DSR involves sowing pre-germinated rice seeds directly in the field instead of transplanting seedlings. It offers several advantages, including reduced labor requirements, cost savings, improved water efficiency, and the potential for higher yields. Times benefits. DSR eliminates the need for nursery preparation, seedling transplantation, and associated labor-intensive activities. It allows for more efficient use of resources, reduces transplanting shock, and saves water by minimizing puddling and maintaining a dry-seeded condition. Times challenges. DSR requires effective weed management strategies and proper water and nutrient management to ensure successful establishment and optimum yields. Weeds can be a significant challenge, and appropriate weed control measures are crucial for DSR success. 2. System of rice intensification, SRI. Times significance. The system of rice intensification, SRI, is a crop management approach that emphasizes practices to enhance rice plant growth, root development, and productivity. It aims to maximize yield potential by optimizing plant spacing, soil conditions, water management, and nutrient availability. Times benefits. SRI offers several benefits, including increased yields, reduced water requirements, reduced seed usage, improved plant health, and reduced dependence on chemical inputs. It promotes healthier root development, enhances soil fertility, and encourages better resource utilization. Times challenges. SRI requires more intensive management compared to conventional methods, as it involves specific practices such as wider plant spacing, alternate wetting and drying, AWD, water management, regular weeding, and organic soil amendments. Proper training and adoption of SRI principles are crucial for achieving optimal results. Package of practices for direct seeded rice. 1. Land preparation. Ensure proper land leveling and create a fine seed bed to facilitate seed-soil contact and seedling emergence. 2. Seed selection and treatment. Use high-quality seeds of recommended varieties and treat them with appropriate seed treatments, such as fungicides or biocontrol agents, to protect against seed-borne diseases. 3. Seed rate and sowing. Determine the optimal seed rate based on variety, field conditions, and local recommendations. Sow the pre-germinated seeds evenly at the recommended depth and spacing. 4. Weed management. Implement effective weed control measures, such as pre-emergence or post-emergence herbicides, to manage weed competition. Integrated weed management practices like hand weeding, mechanical weeding, or mulching can also be employed. 5. Water management. Employ appropriate water management techniques based on soil moisture conditions, weather, and crop growth stage. The alternate wetting and drying, AWD, method or other water-saving techniques can be adopted to optimize water use. Efficiency. 6. Nutrient management. Apply fertilizers based on soil nutrient analysis and recommended doses. Use organic amendments like farmyard manure, compost, or green manure to improve soil fertility and nutrient availability. 7. Disease and pest management. Monitor crop health regularly and take appropriate measures to manage pests and diseases, such as timely application of insecticides or biopesticides, disease-resistant varieties, or cultural practices to reduce disease incidence. 8. Harvesting and post-harvest operations. Harvest the crop when grains are mature and dry. Dry the harvested crop adequately to reduce post-harvest losses. It's essential to adapt the package of practices to local conditions, crop varieties, and specific recommendations provided by local agricultural agencies or experts. Regular monitoring, timely interventions, and proper management are crucial for successful direct seeded rice cultivation. Discuss various steps for long-term conservation of forest flora and fauna. Long-term conservation of forest flora and fauna is essential to maintain the ecological balance, preserve biodiversity, and protect the natural heritage of forests. Here are several steps and measures that can contribute to the long-term conservation of forest flora and fauna. 1. Protected areas and reserves. Establish and manage protected areas, national parks, wildlife sanctuaries, and nature reserves to provide safe havens for forest flora and fauna. These areas serve as important habitats and ecological corridors, ensuring the preservation of diverse plant and animal species. 2. Biodiversity surveys and monitoring. Conduct regular surveys and monitoring programs to assess the biodiversity status, population trends, and ecological dynamics of forest flora and fauna. This information helps identify priority species, evaluate the effectiveness of conservation efforts, and guide future management strategies. 3. Habitat conservation and restoration. Protect and restore critical habitats, including forests, wetlands, and rivers, to maintain ecological balance and support the needs of forest flora and fauna. This includes measures such as reforestation, habitat connectivity enhancement, and preventing habitat fragmentation. 4. Sustainable logging and resource extraction. Promote sustainable logging practices that adhere to recognized certification standards, ensuring responsible forest management. This approach helps minimize habitat destruction, maintain forest ecosystems, and protect the habitats of various plant and animal species. 5. Wildlife protection and anti-poaching measures. Implement strict wildlife protection laws, strengthen enforcement efforts against poaching, and enhance anti-poaching measures. This includes increasing ranger patrols, using advanced technology for surveillance, and raising awareness about the illegal wildlife trade. 6. Community engagement and sustainable livelihoods. Involve local communities in conservation efforts and promote sustainable livelihood options that reduce their dependence on forest resources. Engaging communities as stewards of the forest fosters a sense of ownership and encourages their participation in conservation initiatives. 7. Education and awareness. Promote environmental education programs, awareness campaigns, and public outreach to enhance understanding and appreciation of forest flora and fauna. This helps cultivate a conservation mindset and encourages individuals to take actions to protect forest biodiversity. 8. Research and scientific studies. Support scientific research on forest flora and fauna to enhance knowledge, discover new species, understand ecological interactions, and develop effective conservation strategies. Research findings can guide management decisions and contribute to the long-term conservation of forest ecosystems. 9. Collaboration and partnerships. Foster collaboration among government agencies, NGOs, research institutions, local communities, and other stakeholders to pool resources, expertise, and efforts towards forest conservation. Collaborative approaches are often more effective in addressing complex conservation challenges. 10 Policy and legal frameworks. Develop and enforce robust policies, regulations, and legal frameworks that promote forest conservation, protect endangered species, and regulate activities that may negatively impact forest flora and fauna. Strong governance and legal mechanisms provide a foundation for long-term conservation efforts. Implementing these steps collectively can contribute to the long-term conservation of forest flora and fauna, preserving the ecological integrity and biodiversity of forests for future generations. It requires a multifaceted approach, sustained commitment, and continuous adaptation based on scientific knowledge and local context. How soil acidity affects crop production. Elaborate the remedial procedures of soil acidity. Soil acidity, characterized by a low pH value, can have a significant impact on crop production. Here is how soil acidity affects crop production and the remedial procedures to address soil acidity. Effects of soil acidity on crop production. 1. Nutrient availability. Acidic soils can hinder nutrient availability to plants. Essential nutrients like nitrogen, N, phosphorus, P, potassium, K, calcium, Ca, and magnesium, Mg, become less available to plants as soil pH decreases. This can lead to nutrient deficiencies and negatively affect crop growth and productivity. 2. Toxicity of aluminum and manganese. Acidic soils often release higher amounts of aluminum, L, and manganese, Mn, which can become toxic to plants at elevated levels. These toxic elements can impair root development, reduce nutrient uptake, and inhibit overall crop growth and yield. 3. Microbial activity and soil health. Soil acidity can disrupt beneficial microbial activity in the soil, including nitrogen-fixing bacteria and nutrient mineralization processes. This can impact nutrient cycling and soil fertility, affecting crop health and productivity. 4. Soil structure and water retention. Acidic soils tend to have poor soil structure due to the breakdown of clay particles, resulting in decreased water infiltration and retention. Waterlogging or drought stress can occur, negatively impacting crop growth and yield. Remedial procedures for soil acidity. 1. Liming. The primary remedial procedure for soil acidity is liming, which involves the application of lime materials to raise soil pH. Agricultural lime, commonly in the form of calcium carbonate, CaCO3, or dolomitic lime, containing calcium and magnesium carbonates, is applied based on soil test recommendations. Liming neutralizes soil acidity, enhances nutrient availability, reduces toxic aluminum and manganese levels, and improves soil structure. 2. Soil testing. Regular soil testing is essential to determine soil pH and nutrient levels. This information guides lime application rates and helps monitor changes in soil pH over time. Soil testing also provides insight into nutrient deficiencies or imbalances, allowing for targeted fertilization to address specific crop needs. 3. Organic matter amendments. Incorporating organic matter into acidic soils can help improve soil structure, nutrient holding capacity, and microbial activity. Organic matter sources like compost, manure, cover crops, or crop residues increase soil pH gradually over time and enhance overall soil health. 4. Nutrient management. Balanced fertilization is crucial for addressing soil acidity. Adequate nutrient management, including proper application of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium fertilizers, can optimize nutrient availability and support crop growth in acidic soils. Soil testing guides nutrient management decisions. 5. Crop selection and rotation. Some crop species have better tolerance to acidic soils. Selecting and rotating crops that are more adapted to acidic conditions can help maintain productivity. Acid-loving crops like potatoes, blueberries, or acid-tolerant varieties of crops can be considered for cultivation in acidic soils. 6. Water management. Proper water management practices, including drainage and irrigation, are important for mitigating the effects of soil acidity. Ensuring adequate drainage reduces waterlogging risks, while controlled irrigation helps regulate soil moisture levels, preventing drought stress. 7. Conservation practices. Implementing conservation practices, such as contour plowing, mulching, or cover cropping, helps maintain soil moisture, reduce erosion, and enhance soil organic matter content. These practices contribute to overall soil health and can indirectly alleviate soil acidity. It's important to note that remedial procedures for soil acidity should be based on soil analysis and recommendations from local agricultural extension services or experts. Soil conditions and optimal corrective measures may vary depending on specific regions and crop requirements. Regular monitoring and adjustments are necessary to maintain appropriate soil pH levels and ensure sustainable crop production in acidic soils. Classify various natural resources. Discuss the steps for long-term conservation of natural resources. Natural resources can be classified into several categories based on their origin and characteristics. Here are some common classifications of natural resources. 1. Renewable resources. These resources can be replenished or regenerated over time through natural processes. Examples include solar energy, wind energy, water resources, forests, fisheries, and agricultural crops. 2. Non-renewable resources. Non-renewable resources are finite in nature and cannot be replenished within a human lifespan. They are formed over millions of years and include fossil fuels, coal, oil, and natural gas, minerals, such as iron, copper, and gold, and certain groundwater aquifers. 3. Biotic resources. Biotic resources are derived from living organisms. This category includes forests, wildlife, fisheries, livestock, and agricultural crops. 4. Abiotic resources. Abiotic resources are non-living components of the environment. They include minerals, rocks, air, water, sunlight, and soil. 5. Energy resources. This category comprises resources used for energy generation. It includes fossil fuels, renewable energy sources, solar, wind, hydro, biomass, geothermal, and nuclear energy. 6. Water resources. Water resources include freshwater bodies such as rivers, lakes, groundwater, and glaciers. They are vital for drinking water, irrigation, industrial processes, and ecosystems. 7. Land resources. Land resources encompass various forms of land, including forests, agricultural land, grasslands, wetlands, and urban areas. These resources support human activities, biodiversity, and ecosystems. Steps for long-term conservation of natural resources. 1. Sustainable resource management. Adopt sustainable management practices that balance resource use with conservation efforts. This includes promoting responsible extraction of non-renewable resources, sustainable forestry practices, and sustainable agricultural techniques. 2. Environmental impact assessment. Conduct thorough environmental impact assessments before undertaking large-scale development projects. Assessing potential environmental consequences helps identify and mitigate negative impacts on natural resources. 3. Conservation and protected areas. Establish and manage conservation areas, national parks, wildlife sanctuaries, and other protected areas to safeguard ecosystems, biodiversity, and critical habitats. Proper management and enforcement are necessary to prevent encroachment and illegal activities within these areas. 4. Reforestation and afforestation. Promote reforestation efforts to restore degraded forest areas and afforestation projects to create new forest ecosystems. Reforestation enhances biodiversity, protects watersheds, and mitigates climate change impacts. 5. Water conservation. Implement water conservation measures such as efficient irrigation systems, water recycling, rainwater harvesting, and proper water resource management. Responsible water use helps preserve water resources and supports ecosystem health. 6. Sustainable agriculture. Encourage sustainable agricultural practices that minimize chemical inputs, conserve soil fertility, and promote agroecological approaches. This includes organic farming, crop rotation, integrated pest management, and soil conservation techniques. 7. Renewable energy transition. Promote the development and adoption of renewable energy sources to reduce reliance on non-renewable resources and minimize environmental impacts. Encouraging renewable energy technologies and investments helps mitigate climate change and preserve non-renewable resources. 8. Education and awareness. Raise public awareness and education about the importance of natural resource conservation. Educate individuals and communities about sustainable practices, responsible consumption, and the value of preserving natural resources for future generations. 9. Policy and legal frameworks. Develop and enforce robust policies, regulations, and legal frameworks to govern natural resource use and conservation. This includes measures to prevent illegal logging, overfishing, poaching, and unsustainable extraction of minerals and fossil fuels. 10. International cooperation. Foster international collaboration and cooperation to address global environmental challenges and promote sustainable resource management. Sharing best practices, knowledge exchange, and joint efforts are crucial for long-term conservation of natural resources, especially in transboundary ecosystems. Implementing these steps collectively contributes to the long-term conservation of natural resources, ensuring their sustainable use and preserving the environment for present and future generations. Describe the importance of millets in Indian agriculture. Millets play a significant role in Indian agriculture due to their importance as staple crops and their contribution to food security, nutrition, and sustainable farming. Here are some key points highlighting the importance of millets in Indian agriculture. 1. Nutritional value. Millets are highly nutritious, rich in dietary fiber, protein, minerals, such as iron, calcium, and phosphorus, and antioxidants. They provide essential nutrients and contribute to a balanced diet, particularly for vulnerable populations like children, pregnant women, and the elderly. 2. Climate resilience. Millets are known for their adaptability to diverse agroclimatic conditions, making them suitable for cultivation in marginal lands with limited water availability, low fertility, and high temperature. They exhibit drought tolerance and require fewer inputs compared to other major crops, thus serving as climate-resilient crops. 3. Crop diversity and crop rotation. Incorporating millets in crop rotations diversifies agricultural systems, helps break pest and disease cycles, improves soil health, and reduces pest pressure. Millets can be grown in rotation with other crops like cereals, legumes, or oilseeds, promoting sustainable farming practices. 4. Agrobiodiversity and conservation. Millets contribute to the preservation of agrobiodiversity by maintaining genetic diversity, traditional knowledge, and cultural heritage. They are often grown using traditional farming practices and are integral to the local food systems and culinary traditions of various regions in India. 5. Income generation and livelihoods. Millets provide livelihood opportunities for small and marginal farmers. Their cultivation offers income diversification, as they can be sold as food grains, processed products, e.g., millet flour, flakes, or value-added products, e.g., millet-based snacks, beverages, creating income generation potential and market opportunities. 6. Food security and climate change adaptation. Millets play a crucial role in ensuring food security, particularly in regions prone to climate variability and erratic rainfall patterns. Their short duration and ability to thrive in harsh conditions make them valuable in mitigating the effects of climate change on agriculture. 7. Environmental sustainability. Millets require less water and have low fertilizer and pesticide requirements compared to major cereal crops like rice and wheat. Their cultivation promotes sustainable and resource-efficient agriculture, reduces water usage, and mitigates environmental degradation. 8. Health benefits and dietary diversity. Including millets in diets enhances dietary diversity, supports nutritional security, and contributes to combating malnutrition and diet-related health issues like obesity, diabetes, and cardiovascular diseases. Their gluten-free nature makes them suitable for individuals with gluten intolerance. Recognizing the importance of millets, the Indian government has undertaken initiatives to promote millet cultivation, production, and consumption. These initiatives aim to enhance farmer incomes, improve nutrition, support sustainable agriculture, and conserve agrobiodiversity. Millets are gaining attention globally as well, with increased interest in their nutritional benefits, climate resilience, and sustainable production practices. Discuss about the types of herbicide resistance in weeds with specific example in Indian perspective. Discuss the management practices dealing with herbicide resistance in weeds. Herbicide resistance in weeds refers to the ability of certain weed populations to survive and grow despite the application of herbicides that were previously effective in controlling them. It is a significant challenge in modern agriculture and requires effective management strategies. In an Indian perspective, here are the types of herbicide resistance in weeds and management practices to address them. Types of herbicide resistance. 1. Target site resistance. This type of resistance occurs when a specific genetic mutation in the target site of the weed prevents the herbicide from binding or inhibiting its action. For example, in India, glyphosate-resistant weeds have been reported, such as goosegrass, Eleusine indica, and horse purslane, Trianthema portulacastrum. 2. Metabolic resistance. Metabolic resistance occurs when weeds develop enhanced metabolic processes that allow them to detoxify or break down herbicides more effectively. This type of resistance is often associated with increased activity of specific enzymes. An example in India is resistance to herbicides in the weed species Phalaris minor. Management practices for herbicide resistance in weeds. 1. Integrated weed management. IWM. Adopting an integrated approach that combines multiple weed control strategies is essential to manage herbicide resistance effectively. Integrated weed management involves the use of diverse tactics, such as cultural, mechanical, chemical, and biological control methods, to minimize reliance on herbicides. 2. Crop rotation. Incorporate crop rotation into the farming system to disrupt weed life cycles and prevent the selection pressure for herbicide-resistant weeds. Different crops have varying weed control requirements and modes of action, reducing the likelihood of developing herbicide-resistant weed populations. 3. Herbicide rotation and mixtures. Rotate herbicides with different modes of action to prevent the continuous selection of resistant weeds. Additionally, tank mixing multiple herbicides with different modes of action can provide effective control and reduce the risk of resistance development. 4. Proper herbicide application. Ensure correct herbicide application techniques, such as appropriate spray volume, timing, and dosage, to achieve effective weed control. Avoid underdosing or overdosing, as sublethal herbicide doses can contribute to resistance development. 5. Monitoring and early detection. Regularly monitor fields for weed populations and promptly identify any signs of herbicide resistance. Early detection allows for timely intervention and the implementation of appropriate management strategies to mitigate resistance. 6. Weed seed bank management. Implement practices to manage the weed seed bank, such as preventing seed production and seed dispersal, and utilizing weed seed destruction techniques like seed burial or targeted herbicide applications. 7. Herbicide stewardship and education. Promote herbicide stewardship practices among farmers and educate them about the risks and consequences of herbicide resistance. Encourage proper herbicide selection, rotation, and application techniques through farmer training programs and extension services. 8. Adoption of non-chemical weed control methods. Explore and promote non-chemical weed control methods, such as mechanical weeding, hand weeding, and cultural practices like mulching, cover cropping, and crop competition, to reduce reliance on herbicides and minimize the selection pressure for resistance. Addressing herbicide resistance requires a holistic and proactive approach to weed management. By integrating various strategies, implementing sound agronomic practices, and promoting sustainable weed control methods, the spread and impact of herbicide-resistant weeds can be effectively managed in Indian agriculture. Why do we consider soil structure an important soil property for crop production? How is soil structure changed by various factors? Soil structure is an important soil property for crop production due to its influence on several critical factors that affect plant growth, root development, nutrient availability, and water movement in the soil. Here is why soil structure is significant for crop production. 1. Root development and function. Soil structure affects root penetration and exploration. A well-structured soil provides adequate pore spaces and channels for root growth, allowing roots to access nutrients, water, and oxygen. It promotes the development of a healthy and extensive root system, enhancing nutrient uptake and plant growth. 2. Water infiltration and drainage. Soil structure influences water movement within the soil profile. A well-structured soil with good aggregation and pore spaces allows for rapid water infiltration, reducing surface runoff and increasing water availability to plant roots. It also promotes efficient drainage, preventing waterlogging and root suffocation. 3. Nutrient availability and cycling. Soil structure affects nutrient availability and cycling processes. Good soil structure enhances the retention and release of essential nutrients, preventing leaching losses and promoting their availability to plant roots. It also supports beneficial microbial activity that facilitates nutrient cycling and mineralization. 4. Aeration and gas exchange. Soil structure plays a crucial role in aeration and gas exchange within the soil. Well-structured soils have sufficient pore spaces that allow the movement of gases, including oxygen and carbon dioxide, essential for root respiration and microbial activity. Proper aeration supports healthy root function and soil organism activity. 5. Soil water holding capacity. Soil structure affects the water holding capacity of the soil. Well-structured soils with good aggregation retain more water, making it available to plants during dry periods. This is particularly important in regions with limited water availability or erratic rainfall patterns. Soil structure can be changed by various factors, including 1. Organic matter. The presence of organic matter improves soil structure by enhancing aggregation and stabilizing soil particles. Organic matter provides binding agents and acts as a source of energy for soil microorganisms, promoting the formation of stable aggregates. 2. Soil compaction. Compaction from heavy machinery, livestock trampling, or improper land management practices can negatively impact soil structure. Compaction reduces pore spaces, limits root penetration, and hinders water infiltration and drainage. 3. Tillage practices. Intensive or excessive tillage can disrupt soil structure, breaking down aggregates and compacting the soil. Over time, repeated tillage can lead to soil degradation and a decline in soil structure. 4. Erosion. Soil erosion, whether caused by wind or water, removes the topsoil and disrupts soil structure. Loss of topsoil, which contains the highest concentration of organic matter and beneficial microorganisms, can significantly impact soil structure and fertility. 5. Waterlogging. Excessive water accumulation in the soil can cause soil structure degradation due to the breakdown of aggregates and compaction. Waterlogged conditions limit oxygen availability and promote anaerobic conditions, negatively affecting soil structure and root growth. 6. Root activities and plant growth. Plant roots, particularly those of certain plant species, can contribute to soil structure changes. The growth and decay of roots, as well as the exudation of organic compounds, can enhance soil aggregation and stability. Understanding the factors that influence soil structure and managing them appropriately is crucial for maintaining optimal soil conditions for crop production. Implementing conservation practices, reducing soil disturbance, promoting organic matter addition, and managing water effectively contribute to preserving and improving soil structure for sustainable crop production. Describe various components of agroforestry and state the benefits of agroforestry also. Agroforestry is a land management system that combines agricultural crops or livestock with trees or woody plants in the same area. It involves intentionally integrating trees or shrubs with agricultural practices to create a diverse and productive farming system. Here are the various components of agroforestry and the benefits it offers. Components of agroforestry. 1. Trees in agricultural fields. This component involves planting trees or establishing tree lines within agricultural fields. The trees provide shade, windbreaks, or support structures for climbing crops. They can also serve as sources of timber, fuelwood, or non-timber forest products. 2. Silvopasture. Silvopasture combines trees, forage crops, and livestock grazing. Trees are strategically planted or retained in pasture areas to provide shade for livestock, improve forage quality, and enhance biodiversity. Silvopasture systems benefit both livestock production and tree growth. 3. Alley cropping. Alley cropping involves planting rows of trees or shrubs in alleys or strips with agricultural crops grown in between. The trees provide multiple benefits such as shade, wind protection, erosion control, and nutrient cycling. The alley cropping system combines the production of food crops with the long-term benefits of trees. 4. Windbreaks and shelter belts. Windbreaks are linear plantings of trees or shrubs that serve as barriers to protect crops, livestock, or farm structures from wind erosion, wind damage, or excessive wind exposure. Shelter belts are similar but designed to provide protection specifically for livestock or buildings. Benefits of agroforestry. 1. Biodiversity conservation. Agroforestry systems enhance biodiversity by providing habitats for a variety of plants, insects, birds, and other wildlife. The combination of trees, crops, and livestock creates a more diverse and ecologically balanced farming system. 2. Soil health and nutrient cycling. Agroforestry improves soil health by reducing erosion, improving soil structure, and increasing organic matter content. Trees contribute to nutrient cycling, as their leaf litter and root systems add organic matter and release nutrients that benefit crops and soil organisms. 3. Climate change mitigation. Trees in agroforestry systems act as carbon sinks, sequestering carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and helping to mitigate climate change. Agroforestry also reduces greenhouse gas emissions by providing sustainable sources of timber and fuelwood, reducing the need for fossil fuel-based products. 4. Water management and conservation. Agroforestry systems enhance water management by reducing soil erosion, improving water infiltration, and minimizing surface runoff. Tree canopies reduce evaporation, provide shade, and help regulate water availability for crops and livestock. 5. Economic benefits. Agroforestry diversifies income sources and provides additional products for sale or personal use. Trees can generate income through timber, fruit or nut production, medicinal plants, honey, or non-timber forest products. Agroforestry systems often have better economic resilience compared to monoculture systems. 6. Resilience to climate variability. Agroforestry systems are more resilient to climate variability, as the combination of trees, crops, and livestock provides greater ecosystem stability. Trees offer protection from extreme weather events, act as windbreaks, and provide shade during heat waves. 7. Sustainable farming practices. Agroforestry promotes sustainable farming practices by reducing the need for synthetic inputs, enhancing nutrient cycling, reducing soil erosion, and improving overall ecosystem health. It supports long-term farm productivity while minimizing environmental impacts. Agroforestry systems can be adapted to different agroclimatic conditions and farming contexts, offering multiple benefits to farmers, communities, and the environment. The specific components of agroforestry can be tailored to local needs and objectives, making it a versatile and sustainable land management approach. Self-help groups, SHGs, and farmers producers organizations, FPOs. Self-help groups, SHGs, and farmers producers organizations, FPOs, are two important entities in the agricultural sector that aim to empower farmers, enhance their livelihoods, and improve their socio-economic conditions. Here is a brief overview of SHGs and FPOs. Self-help groups, SHGs. One definition: SHGs are small, voluntary groups consisting of individuals, primarily women, who come together to address common social and economic needs. They pool their savings and engage in various income-generating activities and capacity-building programs. Two objectives: the primary objectives of SHGs are to promote self-reliance, improve the socio-economic status of members, enhance livelihoods, and empower marginalized sections of society, especially women. Three functions: SHGs perform several functions, including mobilizing savings, providing credit facilities, promoting entrepreneurship, skill development, and imparting financial literacy and awareness among members. They also facilitate social empowerment, decision-making, and collective action. For microfinance and credit, SHGs often access microfinance services through banks, which provide them with credit and financial support for various activities like agriculture, small-scale businesses, and household needs. SHGs act as a platform for savings and loan activities, promoting financial inclusion and reducing dependence on informal sources of credit. 5. Social and community development. Besides economic activities, SHGs contribute to social and community development. They address issues like education, health, sanitation, women's empowerment, and gender equality through collective action, awareness campaigns, and community initiatives. Farmers Producers Organizations, FPOs. One definition: FPOs are collective entities formed by farmers to improve their bargaining power, enhance agricultural productivity, and facilitate value chain integration. They are registered under the Companies Act or Cooperative Societies Act and operate as independent legal entities. Two objectives: the main objectives of FPOs are to enable small and marginal farmers to access markets, negotiate better prices, procure inputs collectively, access credit and technology, and promote sustainable farming practices. FPOs aim to improve farmers' incomes and livelihoods. Three functions: FPOs engage in various functions such as aggregation, processing, marketing, value addition, and collective procurement of inputs. They facilitate market linkages, access to credit, technical assistance, and training for farmers. FPOs also represent the collective interests of their members in policy advocacy and engage in capacity-building activities. For market access and value chain integration, FPOs help farmers overcome challenges related to market access by aggregating their produce, ensuring quality control, and negotiating better prices with buyers. FPOs also facilitate the integration of farmers into value chains, promoting forward and backward linkages with processors, retailers, and consumers. 5. Knowledge sharing and capacity building. FPOs play a crucial role in knowledge sharing, skill development, and capacity building of farmers. They provide training on improved farming practices, sustainable agriculture, organic farming, and post-harvest management. FPOs also disseminate market information, technology advancements, and government schemes to their members. 6. Policy advocacy. FPOs represent the collective voice of farmers in policy formulation and implementation. They advocate for farmer-friendly policies, access to credit, fair trade practices, and support from government agencies. FPOs contribute to policy discussions and influence decision-making processes at various levels. Both SHGs and FPOs contribute significantly to the socio-economic development of farmers, particularly small and marginalized farmers. They promote collective action, empower farmers, improve access to resources, and enhance market opportunities. By strengthening the capacities and resilience of farmers, SHGs and FPOs contribute to the overall growth and sustainability of the agricultural sector. Kisan Credit Card and Soil Health Card. The Kisan Credit Card, KCC, and Soil Health Card, SHC, are two important initiatives introduced by the Government of India to support farmers and enhance agricultural productivity. Here is an overview of these initiatives. Kisan Credit Card, KCC. One definition: the Kisan Credit Card is a credit facility provided to farmers in India to meet their agricultural and related financial needs. It serves as a revolving credit instrument that allows farmers to access timely and affordable credit for various agricultural activities. Two objectives. The primary objectives of the Kisan Credit Card are to provide timely and adequate credit to farmers, enhance their purchasing power, facilitate smooth crop production and post-harvest activities, and reduce their dependence on informal credit sources. 3 features and benefits. A. Credit access. KCC provides farmers with a line of credit based on their farming requirements, cropping pattern, scale of operation, and other factors. The credit limit is determined based on the farmer's landholding, cropping history, and repayment capacity. B. Multiple uses. The KCC can be used for various purposes, including the purchase of inputs like seeds, fertilizers, pesticides, payment of labor costs, machinery rental, maintenance expenses, marketing and processing of crops, and other agricultural expenses. C. Flexible repayment. KCC offers flexible repayment options, allowing farmers to repay the borrowed amount in a single installment or in multiple installments depending on the crop cycle. It provides relief to farmers by aligning repayment schedules with the harvesting and selling of their produce. De-interest subsidy. The KCC provides an interest subsidy to farmers, which is provided by the government to reduce the cost of credit. Farmers can avail themselves of the benefit of lower interest rates, making credit more affordable and accessible. Soil Health Card, SHC. One definition: the Soil Health Card is an initiative that provides farmers with information about the nutrient status of their soil and recommendations to improve soil health and fertility. It helps farmers make informed decisions regarding appropriate nutrient management practices for optimal crop growth. 2 objectives. The primary objectives of the Soil Health Card are to promote sustainable soil management, optimize fertilizer use, enhance crop productivity, reduce input costs, and protect the environment by avoiding overuse or improper use of fertilizers. 3 features and benefits. A. Soil testing. Soil samples are collected from farmers' fields and tested in accredited laboratories to assess soil fertility, pH levels, nutrient content, and other relevant parameters. The test results are then provided to the farmers in the form of a Soil Health Card. B. Customized recommendations. Based on the soil test results, the Soil Health Card provides customized recommendations on the application of fertilizers, organic manures, lime, and other soil amendments. The recommendations are tailored to the specific crop and the nutrient requirements of the soil. C. Nutrient management. The SHC educates farmers about appropriate nutrient management practices, including the use of balanced fertilizers, organic amendments, and adopting site-specific nutrient application techniques. This helps farmers optimize fertilizer use, prevent nutrient imbalances, and improve soil fertility. D. Long-term soil health monitoring. The SHC program aims to create a comprehensive soil health database to monitor and assess changes in soil health over time. This helps policymakers and researchers analyze trends, develop targeted interventions, and promote sustainable soil management practices. Both the Kisan Credit Card and Soil Health Card initiatives are aimed at improving the agricultural ecosystem, enhancing farmer livelihoods, and promoting sustainable agricultural practices. While the KCC focuses on providing timely credit access to farmers, the SHC emphasizes soil fertility management and informed nutrient application, leading to enhanced productivity and environmental sustainability in agriculture. Contour bunding and graded bunding. Contour bunding and graded bunding are 2 soil and water conservation techniques used in agriculture to prevent soil erosion, retain water, and enhance agricultural productivity. Here is an overview of each technique. 1. Contour bunding. Contour bunding involves constructing earthen bunds along the contour lines of sloping land. These bunds are small ridges or mounds created by excavating soil from the upslope side and depositing it on the downslope side. The bunds act as barriers to slow down the flow of water, reducing soil erosion and facilitating water infiltration into the soil. Features and benefits of contour bunding. Times soil erosion control. Contour bunds interrupt the flow of water, allowing it to spread out and infiltrate the soil. This reduces the velocity of water, minimizing erosion and preventing the loss of topsoil. Times water conservation. Contour bunding helps retain water on the field by creating small basins behind the bunds. This promotes water infiltration, reduces runoff, and improves water availability for crops during dry periods. Times soil moisture management. By slowing down water flow, contour bunds help increase soil moisture levels, benefiting crop growth and reducing the risk of drought stress. Times nutrient management. Contour bunds also contribute to nutrient conservation. They help prevent nutrient runoff and promote the accumulation of organic matter behind the bunds, enhancing soil fertility. 2. Graded bunding. Graded bunding involves constructing a series of graded, leveled bunds across the slope of the land. These bunds are typically constructed using soil or rocks and are designed to be uniform in height and width. Graded bunds are created at regular intervals along the slope, effectively converting steep slopes into a series of terraces. Features and benefits of graded bunding. Times soil erosion control. Graded bunds intercept and slow down the flow of water, reducing soil erosion by preventing the water from gaining excessive velocity as it moves down the slope. This helps retain soil on the terraces and prevents it from being washed away. Times water conservation. The bunds act as small barriers, allowing water to infiltrate the soil and be stored within the terraces. This helps conserve water, reduces runoff, and makes it available for plant uptake, particularly during periods of water scarcity. Times slope stabilization. Graded bunds help stabilize steep slopes by breaking the slope into smaller, more manageable terraces. This reduces the risk of soil slippage or landslides and provides a more stable surface for farming activities. Times increased cropping area. Graded bunds create level terraces that increase the effective cropping area on sloping land. The terraces allow for more efficient land use and enable farmers to cultivate crops that may not be possible on steep slopes. Both contour bunding and graded bunding are effective techniques for soil and water conservation, particularly on sloping land. They help minimize soil erosion, improve water management, and enhance agricultural productivity by reducing runoff and increasing water infiltration. Implementing these techniques requires proper planning, design, and maintenance to ensure their effectiveness in preventing erosion and optimizing land use. Rainwater harvesting and watershed management. Rainwater harvesting and watershed management are 2 important practices that focus on water conservation, groundwater recharge, and sustainable water resource management. Here is an overview of each practice. 1. Rainwater harvesting. Rainwater harvesting involves collecting and storing rainwater for various uses, such as domestic consumption, irrigation, and groundwater recharge. It aims to maximize the utilization of rainfall and minimize runoff, thereby conserving water resources. Rainwater harvesting systems can range from simple techniques like rooftop rainwater collection to complex structures like check dams and recharge pits. Features and benefits of rainwater harvesting. Times water conservation. Rainwater harvesting helps capture and store rainwater, reducing dependency on other sources of water like groundwater or surface water. It provides an additional water supply for various purposes, particularly during dry periods or water scarcity. Times groundwater recharge. By collecting rainwater and allowing it to infiltrate into the ground, rainwater harvesting helps recharge groundwater aquifers. This helps replenish depleted groundwater resources and improves water availability in wells and boreholes. Times flood mitigation. Rainwater harvesting structures like check dams, retention ponds, or recharge pits help slow down the flow of rainwater, reducing the risk of flash floods and controlling soil erosion. Times sustainable agriculture. Harvested rainwater can be used for irrigation, reducing reliance on unsustainable water sources. It promotes efficient water use in agriculture and supports sustainable farming practices. Times improved water quality. Rainwater is typically free from salts, minerals, and pollutants found in other water sources. Harvesting rainwater ensures a cleaner and safer water supply for various purposes. 2. Watershed management. Watershed management focuses on the integrated management of an entire watershed, including its land, water, and natural resources. It involves a range of activities aimed at conserving and enhancing water availability, improving water quality, and promoting sustainable land use practices within a watershed. Features and benefits of watershed management. Times water resource conservation. Watershed management aims to conserve water resources by implementing measures like reforestation, soil conservation, and water harvesting structures. It helps regulate water flow, prevent soil erosion, and maintain water quality within the watershed. Times ecosystem health. By protecting and restoring natural habitats and biodiversity, watershed management contributes to ecosystem health. It promotes sustainable use of natural resources and helps maintain a balance between ecological needs and human activities. Times flood and drought mitigation. Effective watershed management measures like afforestation, contour bunding, and soil conservation help regulate water flow, reducing the risk of floods during heavy rainfall. At the same time, these measures enhance water infiltration and recharge, mitigating drought conditions. Times sustainable livelihoods. Watershed management supports sustainable livelihoods by improving agricultural productivity, promoting water security, and creating opportunities for diversified income sources such as agroforestry, ecotourism, and sustainable natural resource utilization. Times stakeholder participation. Successful watershed management involves active participation and collaboration among various stakeholders, including local communities, government agencies, NGOs, and researchers. It promotes community ownership, decision-making, and implementation of sustainable practices. Rainwater harvesting and watershed management are complementary practices that contribute to sustainable water resource management. They help conserve water, recharge groundwater, reduce soil erosion, improve water quality, and support the overall ecological health of the watershed. Implementing these practices requires collaboration, capacity building, and the integration of local knowledge with scientific approaches. Cooperative societies and non-government organizations, NGOs. Cooperative societies and non-governmental organizations, NGOs, are two types of entities that play important roles in various sectors, including agriculture and rural development. Here is an overview of cooperative societies and NGOs. Cooperative societies. 1. Definition. Cooperative societies are voluntary associations formed by individuals with common economic, social, or cultural objectives. They are registered under the Cooperative Societies Act and operate based on the principles of self-help, mutual assistance, democratic decision-making, and equitable benefit sharing. 2. Objectives. The primary objectives of cooperative societies are to promote economic and social welfare, improve the livelihoods of their members, facilitate collective action, and ensure sustainable development. Cooperative societies often focus on activities such as agriculture, credit and finance, marketing, dairy, fisheries, and handicrafts. 3. Functions. A. Economic cooperation. Cooperative societies pool resources, knowledge, and skills to carry out economic activities for the benefit of their members. They may engage in joint production, marketing, procurement, processing, and distribution of goods and services. B. Credit and financial services. Many cooperative societies provide credit and financial services to their members, offering access to affordable credit, savings facilities, and insurance services. Agricultural credit cooperatives are common, providing farmers with funds for farming activities and working capital. C. Marketing and value chain integration. Cooperative societies help farmers and producers collectively market their products, negotiate better prices, and access larger markets. They promote fair trade practices, reduce dependence on middlemen, and improve the income and bargaining power of their members. D. Capacity building and education. Cooperative societies often provide training, capacity building programs, and educational services to their members. This includes imparting knowledge about improved agricultural practices, financial management, entrepreneurship, and cooperative principles. Non-governmental organizations, NGOs. 1. Definition. NGOs are non-profit organizations that operate independently from government entities. They are driven by a specific mission or cause and work towards social development, advocacy, and addressing various issues affecting communities. NGOs often rely on donations, grants, and voluntary contributions to carry out their activities. 2 objectives. The objectives of NGOs vary widely depending on their focus areas, but common goals include social welfare, environmental conservation, human rights, poverty alleviation, healthcare, education, and rural development. NGOs operate at the grassroots level and aim to address specific social or developmental challenges. 3 functions. A. Service provision. NGOs provide a range of services and support to communities, including healthcare, education, livelihood training, women empowerment, environmental conservation, disaster response, and community development initiatives. B. Advocacy and policy influence. NGOs play an important role in advocating for the rights and interests of marginalized communities. They engage in policy dialogue, raise awareness about social issues, conduct research, and influence policy formulation and implementation. C. Capacity building and empowerment. NGOs focus on capacity building, skill development, and empowerment of individuals and communities. They provide training programs, education, and resources to enhance the capabilities and self-reliance of marginalized groups. D. Networking and collaboration. NGOs often collaborate with other organizations, government agencies, and community-based groups to leverage resources, share knowledge, and implement joint initiatives. They work towards creating partnerships and alliances for collective impact and sustainable development. Both cooperative societies and NGOs contribute to social development, empowerment, and improving the well-being of communities. While cooperative societies primarily focus on economic cooperation and collective benefit, NGOs have a broader scope of activities and address a wide range of social issues. Both types of organizations play crucial roles in driving positive change, promoting sustainable practices, and supporting the welfare of communities. What are the target groups in agricultural extension? What role KVKs can play to reach such target groups? In agricultural extension, various target groups are identified based on their specific needs, characteristics, and roles in the agricultural sector. These target groups can include 1. Farmers. Farmers are the primary target group in agricultural extension. They consist of smallholder farmers, marginal farmers, women farmers, and large-scale farmers. Extension services aim to provide them with information, knowledge, and resources to improve their agricultural practices, enhance productivity, and increase their incomes. 2. Rural youth. Engaging rural youth is crucial for the sustainability of agriculture. Extension programs target rural youth to encourage their involvement in farming, promote entrepreneurship, and provide training and guidance on modern farming techniques, value-added agribusiness, and agro-processing. 3. Women farmers. Women play a significant role in agricultural activities, especially in small-scale farming. Extension services target women farmers to address their specific needs, empower them with knowledge and skills, promote gender equality, and enhance their participation in decision-making processes related to agriculture and rural development. 4. Agri-entrepreneurs. Agri-entrepreneurs are individuals or groups involved in agricultural business ventures. Extension services target them to provide guidance on market opportunities, value chain development, access to finance, business planning, and innovation in agriculture. 5. Farm laborers. Farm laborers and agricultural workers form an important target group in extension services. They may require training and capacity building programs to enhance their skills, promote safe and sustainable agricultural practices, and improve their livelihoods. Krishi Vigyan Kendras, KVKs, can play a crucial role in reaching these target groups by implementing various activities and strategies. 1. Training and capacity building. KVKs can organize training programs, workshops, and demonstrations tailored to the specific needs of different target groups. These programs provide hands-on training, technical knowledge, and practical skills to farmers, rural youth, women farmers, and agri-entrepreneurs. 2. Technology dissemination. KVKs act as knowledge centers, demonstrating and promoting innovative agricultural technologies and practices. They play a vital role in disseminating information on improved crop varieties, sustainable farming techniques, pest and disease management, organic farming, and water conservation to target groups. 3. On-farm demonstrations. KVKs conduct on-farm demonstrations to showcase best practices and new technologies. These demonstrations provide farmers with a first-hand experience of innovative techniques, encouraging them to adopt new methods and technologies. 4. Advisory services. KVKs provide personalized advisory services to farmers, agri-entrepreneurs, and other target groups. They offer guidance on crop selection, nutrient management, pest and disease control, post-harvest handling, market linkages, and other agricultural aspects, based on the specific needs and local conditions. 5. Gender mainstreaming. KVKs play a crucial role in addressing gender-specific issues and promoting gender equality in agriculture. They ensure the inclusion of women farmers in extension activities, offer training programs tailored to their needs, and encourage their active participation in decision-making processes. 6. Collaboration and networking. KVKs collaborate with various stakeholders, including government agencies, NGOs, research institutions, and private sector organizations. This collaboration helps reach a broader range of target groups, share resources and knowledge, and leverage expertise and funding for effective extension services. By targeting specific groups and adopting a participatory and inclusive approach, KVKs can effectively deliver extension services, enhance agricultural productivity, improve livelihoods, and contribute to sustainable rural development. Narrate various components of contingent crop planning in dry land agriculture. Contingent crop planning in dry land agriculture involves the identification and selection of suitable crops and cropping systems based on the prevailing climatic conditions and available water resources. It aims to optimize productivity and minimize the risks associated with unpredictable weather patterns and water scarcity. Here are various components of contingent crop planning in dry land agriculture. 1. Crop selection. The first component involves selecting crops that are well suited to the prevailing agroclimatic conditions of the dry land area. Crops with drought tolerance, shorter maturity periods, and efficient water use should be prioritized. Local varieties or landraces adapted to the specific area can also be considered. 2. Crop diversification. Contingent crop planning emphasizes diversifying the crop portfolio to reduce risks associated with climate variability and pests diseases. Multiple crops with different growth durations and water requirements can be selected to optimize resource utilization and provide income security. 3. Water management. Efficient water management is crucial in dry land agriculture. Components of water management include times soil moisture conservation, implementing techniques like mulching, conservation tillage, and contour plowing to reduce evaporation, improve water infiltration, and conserve soil moisture. Times rainwater harvesting, utilizing rainwater harvesting structures like farm ponds, check dams, or contour bunds to capture and store rainwater, ensuring its availability during dry spells. Times irrigation techniques, employing efficient irrigation methods such as drip irrigation, sprinkler irrigation, or micro-irrigation to minimize water loss and maximize water use efficiency. 4. Crop rotation and intercropping, implementing crop rotation and intercropping practices to optimize resource utilization and reduce pest and disease pressure. This involves alternating crops with different nutrient requirements, disease susceptibility, and growth habits to maintain soil fertility and manage pests. 5. Agroforestry and windbreaks, integrating trees or windbreaks into the farming system to reduce vine erosion, conserve soil moisture, and provide shade and protection to crops. Agroforestry systems with suitable tree species can also provide additional income sources through timber, fruits, or non-timber forest products. 6. Improved agronomic practices, implementing improved agronomic practices such as timely sowing, appropriate seed rates, balanced nutrient management, and pest and disease management strategies. These practices optimize crop growth and minimize yield losses due to adverse climatic conditions. 7. Crop monitoring and early warning systems, regular monitoring of crops and weather patterns is essential to detect any deviations or risks in a timely manner. Establishing early warning systems based on weather forecasts, crop phenology, or pest and disease monitoring can help farmers take necessary preventive or corrective measures. 8. Access to information and extension services, providing farmers with access to timely and accurate information through agricultural extension services, meteorological data, and climate-resilient agricultural practices. Extension services play a crucial role in educating farmers about contingent crop planning techniques and facilitating their adoption. Contingent crop planning in dry land agriculture requires a proactive and adaptive approach. It focuses on managing risks and optimizing resource utilization to maximize productivity in areas prone to water scarcity and erratic climatic conditions. By incorporating these components, farmers can enhance their resilience, improve crop yields, and ensure sustainable agricultural practices in dry land regions. Enlist the problems of agricultural marketing in India and also describe the role of market intelligence in addressing these problems. The agricultural marketing system in India faces several challenges that hinder the efficient and fair distribution of agricultural products. Some of the problems of agricultural marketing in India include 1. Fragmented markets. Agricultural markets in India are highly fragmented, with numerous intermediaries involved in the marketing chain. This leads to multiple handling and transportation costs, reduced price realization for farmers, and lack of transparency. 2. Inadequate market infrastructure, insufficient storage facilities, poor transportation networks, and inadequate market yards or mandis limit the efficient movement of agricultural produce. This results in post-harvest losses, delays, and higher transaction costs. 3. Price volatility. Agricultural commodities often face price fluctuations due to various factors such as seasonality, demand-supply imbalances, and market speculation. Farmers are often vulnerable to price fluctuations, affecting their income and economic stability. 4. Information asymmetry. Lack of timely and accurate information on market prices, demand patterns, and consumer preferences hinders farmers' ability to make informed decisions about production, pricing, and marketing strategies. 5. Limited market access. Small and marginal farmers often struggle to access distant markets due to limited transportation infrastructure, lack of market information, and inadequate market linkages. This limits their ability to explore better price opportunities. 6. Lack of market intelligence. The absence of reliable market intelligence systems hampers the ability to forecast market trends, understand consumer demands, and make strategic marketing decisions. This leads to inefficient production and marketing strategies. Market intelligence plays a crucial role in addressing these problems and improving agricultural marketing in India. Here is how market intelligence can help. 1. Price information. Market intelligence systems provide real-time information on market prices and price trends across different regions. This helps farmers and traders make informed decisions about when and where to sell their produce, ensuring better price realization. 2. Demand analysis. Market intelligence provides insights into consumer preferences, demand patterns, and changing market trends. This enables farmers to align their production with market demands, promoting crop diversification and value addition. 3. Market linkages. Market intelligence systems facilitate improved market linkages between farmers, traders, processors, and retailers. By providing information on potential buyers, market requirements, and quality standards, they enhance market access and enable farmers to connect with suitable buyers or market channels. For value chain optimization, market intelligence helps identify gaps and opportunities in the agricultural value chain. It enables stakeholders to make informed decisions about storage, processing, transportation, and marketing strategies, optimizing the value chain and reducing post-harvest losses. 5. Risk management. Market intelligence systems provide early warning signals about price fluctuations, weather conditions, and market risks. This helps farmers and traders take proactive measures to manage risks, such as hedging against price volatility or diversifying marketing strategies. 6. Policy formulation. Market intelligence contributes to evidence-based policy formulation and agricultural market reforms. It helps policymakers understand market dynamics, identify bottlenecks, and design effective interventions to improve agricultural marketing, infrastructure, and policies. Overall, market intelligence plays a vital role in bridging information gaps, improving market access, reducing transaction costs, and enhancing the efficiency and competitiveness of agricultural marketing in India. It empowers farmers, traders, and policymakers with the knowledge needed to make informed decisions, adapt to market changes, and maximize the benefits of agricultural trade. Discuss about micro-irrigation systems and their advantages in Indian agriculture. Micro-irrigation systems, also known as precision irrigation systems, are advanced irrigation techniques that deliver water directly to the root zone of plants in small, precise quantities. These systems are gaining popularity in Indian agriculture due to their numerous advantages. Here are the key advantages of micro-irrigation systems in Indian agriculture. 1. Water efficiency. Micro-irrigation systems are highly efficient in water usage as they deliver water directly to the root zone of plants, minimizing losses due to evaporation and runoff. Compared to traditional flood irrigation methods, micro-irrigation can save significant amounts of water, addressing water scarcity issues and promoting sustainable water management. 2. Improved crop yield and quality. Micro-irrigation ensures that plants receive water in a controlled and precise manner, optimizing their growth conditions. By providing the right amount of water directly to the roots, these systems help maintain optimal soil moisture levels, leading to improved crop yield, quality, and uniformity. 3. Nutrient management. Micro-irrigation systems can be combined with fertigation, the application of fertilizers through irrigation water. This enables the precise and efficient application of nutrients, ensuring that plants receive the required nutrients at the right time and in the right proportions. It helps enhance nutrient uptake and utilization, leading to healthier plants and improved productivity. 4. Reduced weed growth and disease spread. Micro-irrigation delivers water only to the targeted plant root zone, minimizing water availability to weed seeds and reducing weed growth. Additionally, by avoiding overhead sprinkling, the risk of disease spread, particularly foliar diseases, is reduced. 5. Energy efficiency. Micro-irrigation systems require lower water pressure compared to traditional irrigation methods, resulting in reduced energy consumption. This is particularly advantageous in areas where electricity supply is unreliable or where farmers rely on alternative energy sources like solar power. 6. Flexibility and adaptability. Micro-irrigation systems are highly adaptable to various soil types, terrains, and crop types. They can be used in a wide range of agricultural practices, including field crops, orchards, vineyards, and horticulture. These systems offer flexibility in terms of irrigation scheduling, allowing farmers to adjust watering patterns based on crop requirements and weather conditions. 7. Labor and time savings. Micro-irrigation systems require less labor for operation and maintenance compared to traditional irrigation methods. Once installed, they can be automated and controlled using timers or sensors, reducing the need for constant monitoring and manual labor. 8. Environmental benefits. Micro-irrigation minimizes water wastage, reduces the leaching of nutrients and agrochemicals into water bodies, and helps preserve soil health. By improving water use efficiency and reducing chemical inputs, these systems contribute to environmental sustainability and mitigate negative impacts on natural resources. In India, where water scarcity and efficient resource utilization are critical issues, micro-irrigation systems offer significant benefits for agricultural productivity, water conservation, and sustainable farming practices. Government initiatives and subsidy schemes have been introduced to promote the adoption of micro-irrigation systems across the country, aiming to enhance water use efficiency, increase crop productivity, and improve farmers' livelihoods. Describe the procedure of making successful farm plan. Write the characteristics of good farm planning. Making a successful farm plan involves a systematic approach that considers various factors such as the farm's goals, resources, market conditions, and sustainability. Here is a general procedure for creating a successful farm plan. 1. Assess farm resources. Start by assessing the available resources on the farm, including land, water, infrastructure, equipment, labor, and capital. Understand the limitations and strengths of each resource to make informed decisions during the planning process. 2. Define farm goals. Clearly define the short-term and long-term goals of the farm. These goals may include maximizing productivity, increasing profitability, diversifying crops, adopting sustainable practices, or enhancing environmental conservation. The goals should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. SMART. 3. Analyze market conditions, study the market trends, consumer demands, and pricing fluctuations relevant to the farm's products. This analysis helps in identifying potential market opportunities and developing appropriate strategies for marketing and sales. 4. Crop and livestock selection. Select crops or livestock species that are well suited to the farm's resources, market demands, and agroclimatic conditions. Consider factors such as crop rotation, local market preferences, profitability, and ecological sustainability when deciding on the farming enterprises. 5. Determine production techniques. Determine the production techniques to be adopted, including soil management, irrigation methods, pest and disease control, nutrient management, and crop rotation. Consider the principles of sustainable agriculture, conservation practices, and integrated pest management to ensure long-term productivity and environmental stewardship. 6. Develop financial plan. Prepare a comprehensive financial plan that includes investment requirements, projected income, expenses, and cash flow projections. Consider capital investments, operating costs, labor expenses, marketing costs, and potential risks. This plan helps in assessing the financial feasibility of the farm and identifying potential funding sources. 7. Create farm schedule. Develop a farm schedule that outlines the timing and sequence of farm operations, including land preparation, planting, irrigation, fertilization, pest control, harvesting, and post-harvest activities. Consider seasonal variations, crop-specific requirements, and labor availability when creating the schedule. 8. Risk assessment and management. Identify potential risks and uncertainties that may affect farm operations, such as weather-related risks, market fluctuations, pests and diseases, and financial risks. Develop strategies to manage and mitigate these risks, such as crop insurance, diversification, savings, and contingency plans. Characteristics of good farm planning. Times goal-oriented. A good farm plan has clear and well-defined goals that guide decision-making and provide a sense of direction for the farm's operations. Times resource optimization. It optimally utilizes the available resources, including land, water, labor, and capital, to achieve the desired farm goals efficiently. Times sustainability. Good farm planning incorporates sustainable practices that ensure the long-term health of the farm's natural resources, including soil, water, and biodiversity. Times adaptability. A good farm plan is flexible and adaptable to changing conditions, allowing for adjustments based on market dynamics, climatic variations, or emerging opportunities. Times financial viability. It considers the financial aspects of the farm, ensuring that the farm's operations are economically viable and profitable. Times risk management. A well-designed farm plan assesses risks and incorporates strategies to manage and mitigate them effectively, reducing potential losses and increasing resilience. Times monitoring and evaluation. Good farm planning includes mechanisms for monitoring and evaluating the farm's performance against set goals, enabling adjustments and improvements over time. Times continuous learning. A good farm plan embraces a culture of continuous learning and improvement, incorporating new knowledge, technologies, and best practices to enhance productivity and sustainability. By following a systematic procedure and incorporating these characteristics, farmers can develop a successful farm plan that maximizes productivity, profitability, and sustainability while minimizing risks and optimizing resource utilization. Explain about participatory rural appraisal technique for farmers' need identification. Participatory rural appraisal, PRA, is a technique used for needs identification and planning in rural communities, including farmers. It is a participatory and bottom-up approach that involves active involvement of community members in assessing their own needs, resources, and priorities. PRA encourages the active participation and empowerment of community members, enabling them to identify their needs, find solutions, and take ownership of development processes. Here is an overview of the PRA technique for farmers' need identification. 1. Participatory approach. PRA recognizes farmers as key stakeholders and involves them directly in the assessment process. It encourages open dialogue, active participation, and shared decision-making among farmers, extension workers, researchers, and other relevant stakeholders. 2. Community engagement. PRA emphasizes the involvement of the entire community, including farmers, women, youth, and marginalized groups. It ensures that all voices are heard and contributes to a comprehensive understanding of community needs and aspirations. 3. Participatory tools and techniques. PRA utilizes a range of participatory tools and techniques to facilitate the gathering of information and perspectives from farmers. These tools include mapping exercises, seasonal calendars, transect walks, community meetings, focus group discussions, and participatory ranking and scoring exercises. 4. Knowledge sharing and learning. PRA creates a platform for knowledge sharing and learning among farmers. It encourages the exchange of local knowledge, experiences, and best practices, allowing farmers to learn from each other and build on existing skills and resources. 5. Need identification and prioritization. Through PRA exercises, farmers identify and prioritize their needs based on their local context, challenges, and aspirations. They collectively analyze their current situation, identify gaps, and discuss potential solutions and strategies for improvement. 6. Resource mapping. PRA involves mapping the available resources and assets within the community, such as land, water sources, infrastructure, and human capital. This helps farmers understand their resource base and identify opportunities for sustainable development. 7. Capacity building. PRA recognizes the importance of building the capacity of farmers and community members. It includes training sessions and workshops to enhance their knowledge, skills, and awareness on various aspects related to farming, natural resource management, and livelihood improvement. 8. Empowerment and ownership. PRA aims to empower farmers by providing them with the knowledge, information, and skills necessary to make informed decisions and take ownership of their development processes. It fosters a sense of responsibility and self-reliance among farmers. 9. Action planning. PRA concludes with the development of an action plan based on the identified needs, priorities, and available resources. The action plan outlines the specific activities, roles, responsibilities, and timelines for implementation. The participatory rural appraisal technique for farmers' need identification ensures that farmers are actively involved in the development process, their perspectives are valued, and their needs and priorities are addressed effectively. It facilitates a sense of ownership, strengthens community solidarity, and promotes sustainable and farmer-centric development outcomes. Discuss the various parameters of quality of irrigation water. Write irrigation scheduling for pulses cultivation in arid and semi-arid regions. The quality of irrigation water refers to its chemical, physical, and biological characteristics that can affect plant growth, soil health, and irrigation system performance. Here are the parameters used to assess the quality of irrigation water. 1. Electrical conductivity. EC measures the ability of water to conduct an electrical current and indicates the concentration of dissolved salts. High EC levels can lead to salinity problems and negatively affect plant growth. 2. pH. pH indicates the acidity or alkalinity of water. Different crops have specific pH requirements, and water pH should be within an acceptable range to avoid pH-related nutrient imbalances and toxicity. 3. Total dissolved solids. TDS measures the total concentration of dissolved solids in water, including salts, minerals, and other substances. High TDS levels can indicate the presence of excessive salts that can harm plants. 4. Sodium adsorption ratio. SAR measures the sodium concentration relative to the concentrations of calcium and magnesium. High SAR values can lead to soil sodicity and adversely affect soil structure. 5. Residual sodium carbonate. RSC indicates the carbonate and bicarbonate concentrations in water. High RSC values can cause soil alkalinity and negatively impact plant growth. 6. Bicarbonate ion. HCO3 bicarbonate ion levels can affect water pH and alkalinity, impacting nutrient availability and soil structure. 7. Chloride. Cl. High chloride concentrations in water can be detrimental to plants, leading to toxicity and yield reduction. 8. Suspended solids. Suspended solids refer to the presence of organic and inorganic particles in water. High levels of suspended solids can clog irrigation systems and affect water infiltration. Irrigation scheduling for pulses cultivation in arid and semi-arid regions involves providing water at the right time and in the right amount to optimize crop growth and minimize water wastage. Here is a general irrigation scheduling approach for pulses in such regions. 1. Stage-wise water requirement. Determine the crop's water requirements at different growth stages, including the vegetative, flowering, and pod formation stages. This information can be obtained from research studies, local agricultural extension services, or crop-specific guidelines. 2. Soil moisture monitoring. Regularly monitor soil moisture levels using appropriate techniques such as soil moisture sensors, tensiometers, or visual inspection. This helps in determining when irrigation is required based on soil moisture depletion. 3. Evapotranspiration, ET, calculation. Calculate crop water requirements based on reference evapotranspiration, ET0, values, which represent the amount of water lost through evaporation from a reference crop. ET0 can be obtained from local weather stations or meteorological data. 4. Irrigation method selection. Choose an appropriate irrigation method based on water availability, crop water requirements, and the efficiency of the irrigation system. Drip irrigation or sprinkler irrigation systems are commonly used for pulses cultivation in arid and semi-arid regions due to their water-saving capabilities. 5. Irrigation frequency. Irrigate the crops when the available soil moisture reaches a certain threshold, ensuring that the soil does not reach excessively dry conditions. The frequency of irrigation will depend on soil type, crop growth stage, weather conditions, and water availability. 6. Avoid excessive watering. Over-irrigation should be avoided to prevent waterlogging, nutrient leaching, and wastage of water resources. It is crucial to provide water in quantities that meet the crop's requirements without causing water stress or waterlogging. 7. Mulching. Apply organic or plastic mulch around the plants to reduce evaporation, conserve soil moisture, and minimize weed growth. Mulching helps in reducing water requirements and maintaining a more consistent soil moisture level. 8. Adjust irrigation with crop growth. Adjust irrigation volumes as the crop progresses through different growth stages. For example, increase irrigation during the flowering and pod formation stages when water demand is higher. 9. Monitor plant health. Regularly monitor crop health and growth indicators to identify signs of water stress or over-irrigation. Adjust irrigation scheduling based on plant response and ensure a balance between water availability and water needs. It is important to note that specific irrigation scheduling practices may vary depending on the pulse crop species, local climate conditions, soil characteristics, and farmer preferences. It is recommended to consult local agricultural experts or extension services for crop-specific guidelines and tailored irrigation schedules. Discuss the relevance of integrated nutrient management in sustainable agriculture. Describe various types of biofertilizers. Integrated nutrient management, INM, is a holistic approach that combines the use of organic and inorganic sources of nutrients to achieve sustainable and balanced nutrient supply in agriculture. It aims to optimize nutrient use efficiency, minimize environmental pollution, improve soil health, and enhance crop productivity. Here are the key relevance and benefits of integrated nutrient management in sustainable agriculture. 1. Balanced nutrient supply. I&M emphasizes the importance of supplying essential nutrients in balanced proportions according to crop requirements. It ensures that the right combination of nutrients is available in the soil, promoting healthy plant growth and reducing the risk of nutrient deficiencies or toxicities. 2. Soil health improvement. I&M focuses on improving soil health by enhancing soil fertility, structure, and nutrient holding capacity. Organic sources of nutrients, such as compost, manure, and crop residues, contribute to soil organic matter content, improve soil structure, increase water holding capacity, and enhance microbial activity. 3. Nutrient use efficiency. I&M aims to maximize nutrient use efficiency by optimizing nutrient application rates and timing. It considers factors like soil nutrient status, crop nutrient uptake patterns, and nutrient release rates from organic sources. By enhancing nutrient availability and uptake, I&M minimizes nutrient losses, reducing the risk of water and air pollution. 4. Environmental sustainability. I&M promotes environmentally sustainable agricultural practices by reducing the use of synthetic fertilizers, which can contribute to soil degradation, water pollution, and greenhouse gas emissions. By integrating organic sources of nutrients, I&M minimizes the negative environmental impacts associated with nutrient management. 5. Reduced input costs. I&M can help reduce input costs for farmers by utilizing locally available organic sources of nutrients, such as farmyard manure, crop residues, and biofertilizers. By relying on a combination of organic and inorganic nutrient sources, farmers can optimize nutrient use, reduce reliance on costly synthetic fertilizers, and improve their economic viability. 6. Crop resilience and yield stability. I&M enhances crop resilience and yield stability by improving soil health and nutrient availability. Balanced nutrition contributes to better plant vigor, stress tolerance, disease resistance, and overall crop productivity. I&M practices also promote crop diversification and sustainable cropping systems, reducing the risk of yield fluctuations. Biofertilizers, also known as microbial inoculants, are natural products that contain beneficial microorganisms capable of fixing atmospheric nitrogen, solubilizing phosphorus, or enhancing nutrient availability in the soil. Here are various types of biofertilizers. 1. Nitrogen-fixing biofertilizers. These biofertilizers contain nitrogen-fixing bacteria that convert atmospheric nitrogen into a plant-usable form. Examples include rhizobium for leguminous crops, azotobacter, and azospirillum. 2. Phosphorus-solubilizing biofertilizers. These biofertilizers contain microorganisms that release phosphorus from insoluble forms in the soil, making it available for plant uptake. Examples include phosphate-solubilizing bacteria, PSB, like Bacillus spp, Pseudomonas spp, and Aspergillus spp. 3. Potassium-mobilizing biofertilizers. These biofertilizers contain microorganisms that enhance the availability and uptake of potassium by plants. Examples include potassium-solubilizing bacteria, KSB, like Bacillus spp and Enterobacter spp. 4. Organic waste decomposers. These biofertilizers include microorganisms that accelerate the decomposition of organic materials, such as compost or farmyard manure. They help in the rapid breakdown of organic matter, releasing nutrients and improving nutrient cycling in the soil. 5. Plant growth promoting rhizobacteria, PGPR. These biofertilizers contain beneficial bacteria that promote plant growth through various mechanisms, including nutrient solubilization, production of growth promoting substances, and protection against pathogens. Examples include Bacillus spp, Pseudomonas spp, and Azospirillum spp. Biofertilizers offer several advantages, such as improving soil fertility, enhancing nutrient availability, reducing chemical fertilizer requirements, and promoting sustainable agriculture. They are compatible with organic farming practices and contribute to the overall goal of integrated nutrient management in sustainable agricultural systems. Describe the importance of crop insurance for small and marginal farmers in India. Write the role of insurance companies for crop insurance. Crop insurance plays a crucial role in providing financial protection and risk management for small and marginal farmers in India. These farmers often face numerous uncertainties, including weather-related risks, pest and disease outbreaks, and market price fluctuations. Crop insurance helps mitigate the adverse effects of these risks and provides a safety net for farmers. Here are the key importance and benefits of crop insurance for small and marginal farmers in India. 1. Financial security. Crop insurance provides financial security to farmers by compensating them for the losses incurred due to crop failure, damage, or yield reduction. It helps farmers recover their investments, repay loans, and meet their financial obligations even in adverse situations. 2. Risk management. Small and marginal farmers are highly vulnerable to various risks beyond their control, such as droughts, floods, cyclones, pests, and diseases. Crop insurance allows farmers to transfer these risks to insurance companies, reducing their exposure to potential losses and providing them with a safety net. 3. Creditworthiness. Crop insurance enhances the creditworthiness of small and marginal farmers. With insurance coverage, farmers can secure loans or credit from financial institutions as they can offer insurance policies as collateral. This improves their access to credit, enabling them to invest in agricultural inputs, technologies, and better farming practices. 4. Business continuity. Crop insurance helps ensure business continuity for small and marginal farmers. In case of crop losses, insurance payouts provide farmers with the necessary financial support to recover, replant, or explore alternative livelihood options without facing economic distress. 5. Encourages investment and adoption of modern practices. Crop insurance instills confidence in farmers to invest in modern agricultural practices, improved inputs, and technologies. Knowing that they have protection against potential losses, farmers are more willing to take calculated risks and make long-term investments for enhancing productivity and profitability. 6. Social security. Crop insurance contributes to social security by protecting farmers from severe financial distress caused by crop failures. It helps reduce the burden on government relief measures and promotes the well-being of rural communities. Insurance companies play a vital role in implementing crop insurance schemes and ensuring the effective functioning of the crop insurance system. Here is how insurance companies contribute to crop insurance. 1. Risk assessment and pricing. Insurance companies assess and evaluate the risks associated with different crops, regions, and farming practices. They use actuarial methods and historical data to determine the premium rates that farmers need to pay based on the level of risk and coverage. 2. Product development and customization. Insurance companies develop crop insurance products tailored to the specific needs of different crops, regions, and farmers. They design coverage options, deductible amounts, and other policy parameters to suit the diverse agricultural scenarios in India. 3. Policy sales and distribution. Insurance companies promote crop insurance policies and reach out to farmers through various channels, including government agencies, cooperatives, and financial institutions. They educate farmers about the benefits, coverage, and procedures of crop insurance, facilitating policy enrollment. 4. Claims settlement. Insurance companies handle the claim settlement process, which involves assessing the extent of crop loss or damage and dispersing the insurance payouts to eligible farmers. They ensure that claims are processed efficiently and transparently, adhering to the terms and conditions of the insurance policies. 5. Data management and monitoring. Insurance companies maintain robust systems for data management, including farmer registration, policy records, and claims data. They monitor the implementation of crop insurance schemes, analyze trends, and provide reports to the government and other stakeholders. 6. Risk sharing and reinsurance. Insurance companies often enter into reinsurance agreements to spread the risks associated with crop insurance. Reinsurers provide financial support and share the burden of large-scale crop losses, ensuring the stability and sustainability of the crop insurance system. By playing these roles, insurance companies contribute to the effective implementation and operation of crop insurance schemes, benefiting small and marginal farmers in India and promoting the resilience and sustainability of agriculture.